Morale on the ground, completely on the ground. Captured Radwan fighters speak from the shadows, a year of war, no way back, no way out. Comfort intense, fear in the skies, commanders far away. If the ranks are breaking, what does that mean for the battlefield ahead? Cracks are beginning to show on the battlefield, as newly released interrogation details suggest declining morale within Hezbollah's fighting ranks in southern Lebanon. The Israeli military has published excerpts from interrogations of captured members of Hezbollah's elite Radwan force, offering a rare glimpse into the mindset of fighters on the ground. The detainees were arrested during a recent Israeli operation and questioned by Unit 504 after being transferred into Israeli custody. According to the interrogation, one of the detained Hezbollah fighter confessed that they joined the war to avenge the killing of Iran Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, but there is no motivation among the fighters to continue the war.
Why did Hezbollah take part in this war?
To avenge Sayyid Ali Khamenei.
How are the morale?
Our morale? It was on the ground, completely on the ground, from every direction. From every side. No one even has the will to go out and fight. No one wants to go and wage war. The ones who did go fought for a year and a half, and the ones coming from home are coming unwillingly. They can't say, no, I don't want to come.
He went further, describing how even basic comforts couldn't mask the psychological toll of relentless bombardment.
Even if you provide comfort and facilities, like food, drinks and cigarettes in the tents, your mental state is still under constant bombardment.
He also spoke of fear, exhaustion, and a sense of being forced into combat. He described a lack of choice, stating that those called to fight could not refuse, even if unwilling.
You never know when an airstrike will hit. I am one of them, and I'm telling you, if I were at home and they called me to war, I wouldn't go.
Why?
Because I've just come out of a war that lasted a year and a half. My entire body and heart are not ready anymore. Why should I deprive my children and my family of me?
Another fighter expressed a sense of abandonment, comparing their treatment with animals being sent into battle without concern for their survival.
It's over. I'm telling you, this isn't the first confrontation with Israel. There was an agreement, a ceasefire and everything. And now the Lebanese authorities are trying to resolve the issue of prisoners who are still there. And then you go back into another battle and make things worse, as we say in Lebanon.
He described being sent into battle with no care, no support, and no way out, accusing Hezbollah's commanders of treating rank-and-file soldiers as expendable.
Why did Hezbollah enter the battle again?
I'm not saying I understand the leadership's thinking. They issued statements about sacred blood and Khamenei. As for the ranks, the commanders, how can I put it? You're basically being sent like an animal. No care, no provisions, no questions like, where will you sleep, what will you eat, who will you contact if something happens? It's like they just send you to the battlefield and that's it, basically sending you to death. And the important thing is, I worked, I recorded it, I sent people, so that he can get promoted and look good in front of the higher-ups, while you can't say no or object. The higher-ups just want their record to look clean. We sent these people. That's it. In reality, you're just being sent to die. Either you die or you don't fight and wait for the army to come and surrender yourself and sit there.
These revelations follow an operation carried out 2 weeks ago when Israeli Givati Brigade forces detained several Hezbollah operatives in southern Lebanon. The arrests were made during a targeted ground raid, with the fighters reportedly surrendering before being taken into custody. While the claims cannot be independently verified, the statements point to possible strain within Hezbollah's frontline units as the conflict continues. As fighting persists, these accounts raise questions about the resilience of forces on the ground and how long they can sustain the pressure of an increasingly intense war. A growing arsenal, louder claims. Hezbollah is firing more advanced missiles, wider and bolder, Israeli drones, helicopters, even jets in its sights. Backed by billions from Iran, its firepower is expanding fast. But as quantity rises and capability lags, is this a real shift on the battlefield, or just building pressure? Hezbollah's battlefield tactics are evolving, but experts say the reality behind its latest claims tells a very different story. In recent days, the group has intensified its use of advanced missiles, targeting Israeli drones, helicopters, and even fighter jets. Hezbollah claims it has downed multiple IDF drones in southern Lebanon and damaged at least one helicopter. The group has also escalated its operations geographically. Last week, it announced it had fired a surface-to-air missile at an Israeli warplane over Beirut, marking the first such attempt over the capital. The launch, reportedly near Beirut International Airport, has raised concerns about risks to civilian aviation. Despite these claims, analysts argue the impact remains limited.
These missiles are shoulder-fired and are of the Misog type, a modified and upgraded model similar to the Russian Sam-7. Hezbollah used them in the previous war and downed a number of drones with them.
These weapons are designed to target low-altitude threats such as drones and helicopters. Their range is relatively short, typically between 5 and 6 kilometers, and they rely on heat-seeking technology to lock onto targets.
In reality, the maximum capability of these missiles is limited to targeting some drones, nothing more, given that Israeli fighter jets have overcome the advanced Russian S-300 air defense system, which is a highly advanced system.
In contrast, Israel's Air Force operates at far higher altitudes and uses advanced countermeasures, making these systems largely ineffective against fighter jets. Analysts point out that even sophisticated long-range systems like the Russian S-300 have struggled to counter Israeli aircraft. This underscores a broader reality. Despite Hezbollah's messaging, Israel Defense Forces continue to maintain overwhelming air superiority over Lebanon's skies, a decisive factor shaping the course of the conflict. On the ground, however, Hezbollah remains active. The group says it targeted an Israeli helicopter over Yarun with 2 missiles and engaged warplanes over multiple southern towns, including Juwaya. It also claimed to have downed an Israeli Hermes 450 drone over Aita al-Shab. Beyond battlefield tactics, attention is also turning to Hezbollah's financial backing. The IDF claims Iran has significantly increased its support, transferring around $2 billion to Hezbollah over the past year, roughly double its usual annual funding. The funds are believed to have helped Hezbollah rebuild its capabilities following the 2024 war with Israel, enabling it to resume large-scale rocket fire and drone operations. Iran's broader regional strategy remains evident, with financial support also flowing to groups such as Hamas and the Houthis. However, Israeli officials say their operations have disrupted key financial transfer routes, making it increasingly difficult for Hezbollah to move money into Lebanon.